in-depth patient treatment and care, personalized and effective pain management protocols, a better educated staff that is more interested in helping your pet because they understand what's happening better, more detailed-oriented veterinarians, and an emphasis on client education and communication. So if you ask me, those are all super awesome positives and makes me think it's worth it. And AAHA did a study that found that after clients learned about AAHA, 81% of those pet owners said that they'd choose an AAHA accredited practice over one that is non-accredited. And 51% said that they'd drive farther for an AAHA accredited hospital. So, no one wants to think about the monetary aspect of veterinary medicine, but veterinary medicine is a business. And if you don't make money, you cannot pay your employees and you cannot provide care to your patients, which again is why we're all here. But if being an AAHA accredited hospital improves your medicine, but also improves your profitability, I mean, in my mind, that's a no-brainer. It just makes it even more worth it. And on the AAHA website, they also reference a statistic that shows that on average, AAHA accredited hospitals are almost twice as profitable as non-accredited hospitals. So then the last thing to talk about with AAHA is they have this new branch of accreditation called Practice Network Accreditation. And earlier this year, the AAHA Board of Directors, working with Petwell, which is pretty cool and makes me proud, they created this Practice Network Accreditation. And Petwell is the first and currently only parent company to receive accreditation. And this is separate from the individual hospitals. So in order to basically apply to become a practice network that is accredited, you have to have at least 10 clinics. And I believe Petwell at this moment in time has a little over 30. And 90% of those clinics at the time that you apply have to be AAHA certified or accredited, with the promise that 100% will be AAHA accredited. And it takes about a year from the time that you say, I'm interested in doing this, to the time that you have Practice Network accreditation. And the focus is on promoting positive workplace culture. And so it looks at key aspects of the business side of veterinary medicine that are not necessarily evaluated during the regular accreditation process. And so it looks at things like HR, leadership, culture, medical autonomy, and other things pertaining to management topics. So having Practice Network accreditation really is solely for the purpose of benefiting the management aspect of your practice. And again, it's a paid, voluntary accreditation. And just because you have Practice Network accreditation does not mean you get a deal or a discount on your individual hospitals becoming accredited. And having Practice Network accreditation does not mean that that parent company has to become basically regular AAHA accredited. It is specifically geared towards the management aspects. And every single hospital under that parent company still has to go through the initial accreditation process if they're not already accredited, and the every 3-year reaccreditation. And the whole idea is if you have a happy, healthy work environment, then you have happy, healthy employees, and you can have happy, healthy pets. And you can promote best business practices, and you can improve your quality of medicine. And I'm just so proud that Petwell worked with AAHA to help make this kind of come about and to be instrumental in the orchestration of the Practice Network accreditation. And for the next 18 months, Petwell will be the only parent company that has Practice Network accreditation. And then at that point, other parent companies can start to apply. But I really think in this day and age where corporate veterinary medicine is becoming more commonplace, you want to make sure that you have medical autonomy, right? That the veterinarians can be veterinarians and think for themselves and not have to follow specific regulations that does not allow them to account for patient variability or disease variability. And you want to have best practices for human resources, and you want a good culture. And so I think encouraging corporations to attain this parent level accreditation is awesome. And I think that it can only improve veterinary medicine. So I hope that this helped answer some questions and at least pique your interest about AAHA and help explain why I at least think it's so cool and helpful for clinics. And like I said, I'd like to have additional podcasts where we maybe interview some of the employees at AAHA, even some of the veterinarians that are a part of the board, because there's a big board of veterinarians that helps to ensure that these standards are routinely revised and that they keep up with changes in veterinary medicine. And I'd also like to talk more about Connexity, because again, I think it was really, really helpful and really cool and really does kind of reinforce that idea of a happy, healthy work environment. I think that about wraps it up. As always, thank you for listening to this installment of Vetsplaining. I hope you enjoyed your time with me and ideally learned at least one new thing for the day. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, feel free to leave a comment below or email info@independenthillvet.com and put podcast topic or podcast comment in the subject line. Until next time.